No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about what type of trips like do
Oh,
you want to plan
for myself or for customers?
for your customers?
Oh, okay. For my customers, I want to focus on group trips because that's where the money at.
Yeah, what type?
Like out out of the country, like going to places that right now is safe to go to.
But I mean like you want like all
All
inclusive
inclusive, yeah.
cruises.
Yeah. All inclusive trips and
So all inclusive group trips. Okay. For Quasia, like her focus is also group trips, all inclusive, and then you said like family and couple type trips, like more family couples.
Yes.
And then Tara was, at least for now, is cruises. Mine, oh, I'm writing while I say this. That's why I keep like I'm going slow. But mine is group trips too. So I'll do basically any kind of group. But like with this year, I'm trying to also kind of build um like girls trips as well. So I don't, you just make way more money, in my opinion, doing groups. So
Hmm.
you're gonna have people coming to you for multiple types of things, but it's all about kind of how you market yourself. Um, so what I wanted to share today, one is I wanted to show y'all Evo Plus, just because I know y'all new and I know you may hear them talking about Evo Plus and saying a thing, but Evo Plus is basically our, it's like the where we can get net rates, but let me go back. I'm gonna act like I'm going completely in. But basically, we can get net rates on trips, and you can get instant commission instead of kind of like waiting for it. So if you do get it, then it doesn't allow you to like count it toward the ITAN, but it's a way that you can make quick money. Let's see. I'm trying to make this thing smaller. I don't think y'all can see it, but I can. It is getting on my nerves. See, can I slide it completely out of the way? Okay. So to get to this, you go through your Evolution Travel back office. It's included already in the price that you pay, so it ain't like you paying nothing extra for it. But basically, what you be doing is you be looking for trips, and then you have the opportunity to essentially save money. So like you might be able to find a cheaper rate online than what the client find. So with Evo Plus, you can book cheaper trips. But so when you advertising it, you basically advertising it like, my rate is this, but when you go on Expedia or wherever, your rate is more. So, I can allow you to book my rate, but you're gonna have to pay me for it. So you use something like Stripe is what I use. Um, or some other form. To me, Stripe just seemed more professional. If you want the money to hit you right then, you probably could make you like a Cash App link or something, to where like they can pay you and it hit immediately. So like you be telling them basically that they're gonna have two charges. So they'll see the charge for the price of the room or whatever, and they'll see the price of like you allowing them to use that fee. But the main thing is making sure that the price you give them plus your fee need to still be a little bit less than whatever it is. And a lot of times it can be a lot sometimes. But the thing about it is you have to search for them. So I'm gonna just go on here and just pick somewhere. So let's say I'm
Do
gonna go
St.
to one
Martin.
St. Martin. Okay, let's say St. Martin. I do Martin. No, I don't want to do like that. Well, let's see. Not that. Let's see.
Oh, I was about to say I thought it would have had
Yeah, because it's
something
saying it's
different.
like it's trying to come up the. I want the place. I don't want the. It keep trying to pull a hotel. Well, I might pick something different because I can't get it to come up right. It's trying to pull
Now they
everything
trying to take
like
you to
that.
church.
Yeah, like no. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out a way to tighten it so it'll work.
Rồi cái
Okay, I think
chậu
I
bên
got to
shop
type
cô
on the
gì mà nó
screen.
bự mà nó đẻ dữ
That might make it come in.
bây giờ bao nhiêu này thấy bao nhiêu là chén rồi đó
Mm.
nhìn nó buồn.
Oh, you can do
Okay.
something else.
Well,
Oh, I was
I'm
about to
gonna
say
pick Shoemaker
that.
then. Doggone it.
Okay.
See how that pop right up? Okay, and I'm gonna pick, I don't know, December, sometime, November. So I'm gonna say November the 12th through the 16th. And it's two adults. Minimize this. And so we're gonna see what come up. Now it'll bring up just random stuff. So it'll be telling you kind of what the deals are. So sometimes, I mean, honestly, it ain't gonna necessarily just bring up all inclusive. It's just gonna bring up whatever is like the best deal for right then. So you can see they got some stuff that's showing 2500. I was gonna stay here when the hurricane messed us up. Couple saying Susie. So this in Ocho Rios. So that's a little bit off. Let me see. I use this. So what you do is, so you see how it'll show you these prices. So it's saying this is would be like your price, and it'll have multiple room types on there. So it allows you to compare prices. Now with it, the thing about Expedia owns Priceline and Hotels.com. I didn't know that till recently. So I'm gonna click on Expedia just to see is that price really cheaper. So like when I look on regular Expedia, and we got Expedia Tap too, where we can get commission off of. Another thing about Evo Plus, they have to pay for it. So they can pay, they can use Flex Pay, they can use Klarna, whatever. But if they do it, they have to pay in one lump. So you can't do like through them a payment plan because like with you get that instant commission, like essentially it's got to be paid. Okay, so I'm gonna click here.
So if they use those like Klarna Affirm and stuff like that, they use just a temporary card that it gives them or
hmm Yeah, so
okay,
like if they
okay.
wanted to use Klarna, they like you tell them what the price would be, and they can go on there and see if they approve for that amount, and it'll give them a card that they can use, like a firm, any of that. We can sign up also. Flex Pay is also something we can sign up with to get credit. Like I just signed up recently for it as an additional option. But like if they get Klarna or whatever, same thing. Um, it all basically worked the same. All right, so now you do like the only thing about this, like you do have to do a little research because if you advertising that, you giving them a better price, they're gonna start looking, trying to see is your price really better than what I'm seeing. Now, when you look on here and click book, and sometimes too with these, what I've seen is like sometimes the room names don't always match up exactly like you would see it. So you look at the description, you look at, the pictures they have and all that stuff. So like this is saying Deluxe Suite Garden View. And I know a little more about this hotel just because we were gonna stay there. And I know the room we were gonna stay in. So like this Deluxe Garden Suite, these pictures look the same. So that is actually the same this time. So it's showing on here the price for that would be 22.76 with taxes and fees. And it's showing that I could get this same room for 17.73 um 48. So that is a difference. And a lot of times it'll show the saving. But hold on, I just calculated. So that's $502.52. Now, another thing I recommend doing, because we have access to Expedia Tap, I'll look on there as well. Because that's just looking on regular Expedia. like I want to see if I just booked it with Expedia Tap, how much commission would I make on that to kind of see what's fair. So what days did I pick? November 12th through the 16th. My little charter. I hope my computer ain't trying to act up on me. I done bought a new charter and it's still not doing right. Okay, couple saying Susie. So I'm gonna make that pull up and I want to see that room type. Let's see what it says on Expedia tab. So the Lux Suite Garden View. Huh, it's cheaper on here. I think, let me make sure. Oh no, it's this one. Deluxe Garden Suite. Deluxe Suite Garden.
I was about to say, it looks like it might be
Oh,
the
it's because
middle
this
one.
room. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's this. Darn. Okay,
It's the
so it's
same
still
price,
22.76
22.76.
there. So let's see. I don't want to generate quote. Let's say if I was going to go through booking this. So if I look on here, this is telling me that I could make $295.88 on this. Even if they do this, they still would have to pay it like on Expedia Tap. So you got the opportunity if you wanted to do it with Evo Plus, you still can make more. You can essentially add at least another $100 and your price still will be higher than what they have, than what they have. Your other alternative, if you want to just book it straight through Expedia Tap, is you can increase your well, no, I wouldn't even do that. I would just book it through Expedia Tap. If they can pay it, that's what I would do. I would book it here. So now how do you advertise that? So I don't know why it's still spinning. But at this point, would get on Canva and I would take screenshots of this, but I'm gonna change that price. I'm gonna change, I ain't gonna show them this. Like I might take a screenshot of this and then like put a box over it and put whatever the price I want it to be. So you got $502.52 to play with. So if you want to make 350, then I would add $350 to this. Or if you want to make 400, I would add it to this. And I would say your price this, my price is this. If you want to book this trip with me, I can give you access to my exclusive rate for a fee. Or if you want to advertise this price and just let them know, like you gotta, pay my they call it something. You can call it whatever you want. Like you can call it like your my finder's fee or my agent discount fee, whatever you want it to be. Now, I use Stripe, but like I said, you can create links and stuff like that in Cash App too. Let me see. But like I just go on Stripe and so if they say they want to book it or whatever, I'll go on Stripe and I create an invoice. So you have to set your, an account up or whatever. But you go under like billing, invoice. Like I got some stuff automatically made. So I had to start working on this one, but I pretend I'm doing a new one. So I'm a customer. And then so this is in US dollars. So all I'm doing is saying my like trip research fee. I wanted to be my agent exclusive pricing fee or whatever you want it to be. You can add that as a reason. So they can get one of those. If you want to charge them $400, then you can do that and you can make it save so that instead of you having to keep doing it, it'll automatically generate. So at that point, like if you was adding a customer, you would still need that email, but we typically get that anyway. And so like you let them know up front, like, hey, you're gonna see two charges. However, your pricing is still going to be cheaper than, the regular rate pricing. And you can just send them a copy of this invoice. It'll send a link, but you can go in and pay it. So the same way you booking a trip, you charge them. I charge them first my fee, the $400. Then I charge the additional fee for the trip itself. So when I do them two payments, they're gonna see mine first and they're gonna see the other one second. You still have to get a credit card authorization form no matter what. So it'll be just like any other trip. So the same way you send them like the registration form and all that stuff, they have it. But this just gives it so that they have like proof of what they paying for. Like if I want to make it be like agent exclusive pricing fee and then put Jamaica so they know what it is. You can make it whatever you want. But all you doing is just basically saving this invoice. And then, you request payment or whatever. But you can go in and make the payment yourself as long as you get your money. Um, but that's basically how Evo Plus works. So I mean, it's just like looking for your own stuff. But the biggest thing is just make sure, like I said, sometimes them pictures be looking weird. I mean, the names and stuff ain't always exactly the same. So just make sure when you looking through that you are on the correct resort. Also make sure that when you start looking at those things that the pricing ain't really more and just do whatever is the best deal. But that's actually pretty good, to be honest with you, to get that much off. Because when we was gonna go to this hotel, we paid for both of us. It was a lot more than that. I want to say it might have been around 4,000 in, but I know it was because we ended up
Oh
giving
wow.
it back because of the hurricane. We did um, it was called a ocean suite of something. It was like a front facing ocean view, but yeah, this one right here. It was like a front facing ocean view room to be like not on the walkout level, but yeah, and that particular resort, also some additional perks is they include some excursions. So like you staying in Ocho Rios, you get to go to Dunn's River Falls, like it's included. They got glass bottom boats and stuff like that. So that's a nice one to go to also. They also have like a new beach area there. You don't have to go to it, but they do have it there. So, but that's one it's a couples resort. Okay, now I want to quickly show you Carnival, like if you was doing a booking and I already found the trip that I want to use for this one. So I was going to create a group package for a 4-day Bahamas from Port Canaveral, February 22nd through the 26th. So when you go to make a group trip, what I like about them, because I gotta actually do one for somebody tonight. But what I like about group bookings, especially with Carnival, you get time. Now with Royal Caribbean, you get 30 days. With Carnival, you get more time. So if I'm trying to create something new, so if I was doing just a quote for a person, I'd go to individual stateroom. But with doing a group booking, you literally go to group. So usually I'll just look on carnival.com to find the cruise I want because you'll see what I mean when you have to search for them. It's easier just to kind of find it for me to just find what I want on my phone, and then just put it in here. So you get to choose the time, and so it'll let you pick, up to 90 days, like if you're just going through picking them. So I know this is February 2026. So I'm just gonna put 2027. So I'm gonna just put the whole month of February. Go ahead, Quaj.
Okay, so I have a question about this because I was looking on this the other day and it threw me off when I saw like the minimum of 8 staterooms
Mm-hmm.
and for you to do the group booking. But what if you just want to do 2 rooms? Do you have to just do that separately
You
with
have to do them each separate. Yep. So
okay, okay.
yeah, so you have to get, and then the thing about it, like when you request, you can request more, but to be able to keep the group rates, you have to have at least five. Well, to keep the group amenities, you have to have at least five cabins to book. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna pick those days. Now, affinity mean is people that know each other. Usually I have affinity groups. Open promotion mean it's like a group that you trying to sell, like you just kind of making the group up. So they know it's not people that don't know each other. I've never used holiday sellings. I'd have to Google it to tell you what it means. But mine, every single one of mine has been affinity group, but it's gonna be mostly one of these, one or the other. So I'm just gonna pick affinity. And then like if you either have to pick the ship or the destination. So I'm just gonna say Bahamas, and I want to leave from Orlando, and then I'm gonna search. Okay, so the one that I had seen, so you see how it's showing all these options. So like that's telling you that somebody has a booking. Now what we looking at is Archer Travels Carnival thing. So this is another travel agent with Archer Travel who has a group booked. Now, sometimes if you wait too long or whatever, and a lot of times when they know new ships come out, people will come on and they will save them. Like they'll save the bookings, like save groups because you have so much time to reserve them cabins and they be trying to sell them out. But you can also release them, like cabins from bookings. But this is telling you that it's nothing booked on these. Now, this is the one that I wanted was this Carnival Freedom for 5 days. So you can look like if low pricing is what you're trying to go for, you can look there. But I never would want to book one if it didn't have fun points or amenities. So this is telling you fun points is like the extra perks that a group will get. So it might be something like what something is left in the room, but you gonna pick what come with the fun point. So I'm gonna select this one because I know this is what I want, and I'm gonna try to get my cabins reserved there. You always want to create a pin when you go through this process. If you have a pin created, then they can't nobody can do anything with your booking because again, this is a shared platform that everybody in Archer Travel has. Now, I haven't seen where Royal Caribbean has this, but Carnival does, and I do it all the time. So even if I'm like in a booking and I want to go back to this page, it asks me for the pin. If you call in, that phone agent can't do nothing without the pin being added. So I'm just gonna put this as a test for training. And this is saying this group has 4 fun points, which is pretty good. But I'm gonna show you like if I wanted to increase them, what it'll do. So you see how it's showing me all these different cabin types. So it's gonna show it ain't gonna show you suites. And the prices you see here is always gonna be based on two people in the room. But like say if you had three people that wanted to be in a cabin or four or five, three, four, and five is gonna be on what's called prevailing rates. So those prices will fluctuate depending on the day. So those ain't prices that will hold. So these are just, it just changed. So but the prices for one or two in the cabin will be fixed. So you see how these show like 682, like just focus on that. So say if I wanted to modify these fun points, so 8B balcony is showing $682 per person. So I'm gonna modify and I'm gonna add these fun points to be six. And I'm gonna say calculate. So it went to 692. So 682 to 692, $10 difference. You giving so the people Carnival gave them 4 fun points, you giving two more. That allows you to give them stuff in the room. But what they don't realize is they paying for it. You know what I mean? So they get a discount, but really, I mean, they paying for it. I'll leave it there. So okay, so say, and you can always take more than what you need. So it's saying the total maximum allowed for this selling is 50. So I'm gonna pick some interiors. So it's telling you like this. It's saying this is the most of this category you can get. So let's say I'm gonna get 10 of these 4B interior. I'm going to get 12 of these ocean view, and then I'm going to get, and like and another thing you can do, like if you be trying to figure out what's the best when the prices get higher and stuff like that, A, B, C, D, E, you getting closer and closer to the like it's basically better locations. So I'm gonna do I guess 12 of these just to keep them so they all just one price. So that's 34 cabins that I have um now. So and then just to let me make up a oh well I just leave it blank. I'll be leaving it blank anyway. So now let's say I want to put a pin. I don't know, I'll make up a number. Okay. So then I'm gonna hit save and continue. So I just reserved that group. So as you can see, it's giving me a darn, I hate this magic mouse. So it's giving me a it's showing me what I have, the stateroom request. Um, oh, I gotta hit one more thing because I was looking for I'm like, why the number ain't on here? So I'm gonna click confirm booking. And it's really easy to cancel them too. I'll show you before I get out of here. So now it's giving me a group booking number. My pen is there. The fun points are there. And I can see the guidelines. So if you look on here, um, that's the amount that they would be paying in total if it's just two per room. But then if I look at the guidelines, it's telling me that, like with the deposits. So, it's April. So these people got 2 months to pay at least $25. But now that's a good option if you're just trying to get people to sign up. However, I usually don't do that because I be wanting my clients to be able to go ahead and pick the cabin they want. So this $25 just means yes, I have intention of going on this cruise. So, but I normally make this 150 be due by June 15th. You can do it either way. However, they won't be able to pick a room until they pay the 150. So if you have them pay the 150 up front, they can make payments however they want to, as long as by December the 9th is paid in full. Also by June 15th. June 15th will be the date that you have to have set a minimum of $1,700 paid. Every person have to pay at least 25, but you got to have at least $1,700 paid. And that's when you have to start removing cabins. So say if, that date come and you want to, you only book 30 instead of 34. You can click right here and say modify booking, and you can increase or decrease your request. So say if you need more cabins added to this group and you still got space and you haven't hit the maximum, then you can use this to increase. You can use this to decrease. You can use this to make a extension on payment request. And then this is where you book your fun points. I'll go back to that. So this tells you these are your due dates. This shows what happens if a person cancels, like what the penalty and all that stuff is. So December the 9th is when full payment is due. So when they start, if they cancel by the 11th, this is the penalty. December 31st, they're going to lose half. January, they lose 75%. February 10th, all of it. Okay. Now with the complimentary policy, for every 15 guests that book, you get one berth, meaning for every 15 people that book the trip, one person can get some sort of credit for their portion. But they do, you have to pay it and then you get the credit back. So like you being a travel agent, if you go on a trip with that group, as long, you could use that for yourself. Um, oh, let me go back to this. So on that modify amenities. So these are the amenities that are available for this trip. So you can do bonus commission, so that's worth 3 points. Or if you want $50 bonus commission for every cabin book, you can use 5 of the points for that. But if you want to give them like onboard credit, like you could do the on $50 stateroom credit, or for them, um, these actually ain't no real good. Like a lot of times they'll have like a shared cocktail party, or like bottles of wine, stuff like that. It'd be different things, but you can mix and match to however you want it to be. But they'll give you a date to where you have to have them put in by. So like with these, you have to pick them by December the 9th, or you forfeit the amenities. So I'm gonna go back. Um, and okay, and then say if you have a client that wants to book. Now, if it's just people saying, like if you choose that $25 option, then you just go to make a payment, and then you just do this fund ship pay or whatever. But if it's where you're trying to actually like book them a cabin, you go to birth guest. And just because we have um this is our group offer here, so this is always going to be available. But it may be where sometimes they have other promotions going on where it's cheaper to book your trip, because it's going to show you every available offer, everything that can be booked, or whatever. So like for example, I can look at this and tell it's cheaper. And these, like if you book a suite, it's just like having three, four, or five in the cabin. Those are gonna be at the just whatever the rate is that day. So you just kind of look to see which one seems cheaper. If you click on the little I, it'll give you kind of the required, like it'll tell you what it means. So this gives an onboard credit to the client. Um, let me see. This more, so I ain't gonna pick that no way. And then they pick the room for you. And you see how this say reduce deposit of $75 per person. That does not apply to a person in a group, because now, well, I take that back. So, well, I take that back, because with them having that group, they still want for them to be able to get the cabin, they have to pay the 150 to birthday room. So while they might be getting they'll get a better rate. That 150 still is going to determine if they can book the cabin or not. And I may try just to see if it lets me. Well, I can't go all the way through it though. I'll call to confirm on that, but based on what that Carnival lady told me when I called, she said that it didn't matter if it was discounts or whatever. They had to pay the 150, or whatever it is. Like if it's a longer cruise, then it's 250 per person to be able to book the cruise or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna just take this one. So I'm gonna say, okay, they're gonna do a interior room. It's two people. They live in Georgia. And if they have like a Carnival VIFP number, which is the Carnival rewards, you can add that. So like say if they have some special offers available, they've actually, I think they're gonna start adding, well no, Royal Caribbean is gonna start adding, like if people have casino offers available, they gonna start adding those in here. For Carnival, they can't. So I was able to call in one for a client, but you can't book it online. Hopefully they'll end up following suit with that as well. But if they have any kind of special offer available to them, they can still book through you, and it'll show it on here. So I'm just gonna say apply filters first. So it's gonna show for Georgia. The reason you want to have the state of residency is because as you're going through trying to do your quick quote, or booking it or whatever, it'll allow the taxes and stuff to show. Okay, so say if I'm gonna get an ocean view cabin, I'm gonna click here and then continue the stateroom selection. And then I'm just looking at which one I want. So there are other ones available. So we picked the 6B that was like within the cabin, but I mean, if it's others you want, you can book the other options. So this is showing where the location is. So like if I was going to book them, I can click here. I don't know why it's doing that. Why is it doing that? Site must be down. Well, anyway, if you would have clicked here, it'll show you like the cabin numbers, and you can you pick that cabin for 'em. And it'll like if you keep booking, it'll walk you through like adding the information in. But this is just showing you. It ain't even showing me the gratuities. So normally it'll show you here like the prepaid gratuities or whatever down here, and you can add them if you want it. And with the gratuities and the insurance, it'll show both, and it'll let you add it for either one of them. I think the insurance it will let you add it for any, but if you add the gratuities, it'll add it for both. Like it's only one link to click, and it'll add it into your price. So like I said, it's showing you the 100, but it's not 100. It's $300 because it's two people in the room, and then it'll say that's your commission there, and that don't seem like a lot, but if you get like that's a interior cabin, but if you done made $80.32 times 50 rooms, then that's $4,000. You know, you get what I'm saying? So the price add up. So don't focus on focus on the times whatever. Let's see. So that's kind of how you do that. But you essentially are going through the just basically going through that process to try to pick the room, pick the cabins. So you're adding them in. When it does, it'll automatically log them into your booking. And then, like I said, just when it get to those due dates, you just make sure you remove them. Um, with me with marketing, I'll make some kind of flyer. Usually, I try to make a warm up flyer, so I'll post that it's coming first before I post the date. So kind of get people thinking about it. And then like I will like for example, this Barcelona thing, I'll let me go to the bank page. So like what I'm doing now, since we had to change Dubai, so I'm going in right now because the people have told me I can add others, and I'm making a group booking page. So when I open it to other people, like I already made one post saying, I'm gonna um, that I'm going to have it coming. Like we had to change our Dubai trip because of the war. So we going to Barcelona instead. So, if other people are interested, I'm gonna drop the pricing. So I'm gonna drop the price for it tomorrow. So when I drop the actual flyer with the price, it's gonna have the group booking page so they can click on it and start booking the trip if they want to, because it's got a deadline that they gotta pay. So the people that's already in that trip, they ain't gotta pay nothing right now. They just gotta let me know if they want it transferred or not, because the deposit's already been paid. But for like the others, it's for them to be able to pay them deposits. You don't want them to have to need you if they don't want to. Like you want them to be able to, if they know they want it, to go ahead and do it. So when they get on that booking page and they start looking at uh like what the trip is, they'll look at it. They'll look at the hotel. They can see the prices. They can see the itinerary of what's going to happen, and they know what it includes, what it doesn't. So if they have something to ask you, they have the capability to reach out. But you want them to be able to move forward with doing whatever they need to do, on their own, and it make it easy on you, so you ain't having to answer a whole bunch of questions. Um. Okay, so that's Carnival. Now let me.
Sorry about that. On the Barcelona on the transfer, so like it's still gonna be booked through culture.
Yeah, it's still through them. And so I had reached out to the folks or whatever, and what he was saying, it's a few options. So the person can cancel. If they cancel, they'll end up getting a credit that they can use toward a future trip. They can transfer the deposit to a new trip. And I think it's something else saying like they got up to 3 years, I think, that they can use, or they can transfer like up to 3 years or whatever for use. Um, or I mean, if they still want to go, they can, but I ain't going. You know what I mean? I wouldn't recommend nobody going right, not this year. And the
Yeah,
crazy thing is, I see a lot of people that's got Dubai trips that still like they ain't canceled or nothing yet. Like they still acting like they going and they still promoting it. Ain't no way I do it. Like they done bombed so much stuff over there. Everything gonna be super cheap, I'm sure, for a while, but
Oh
A
yeah, I
little
wasn't
late,
going.
but I'm
I
joining
definitely
in.
wasn't going.
yeah, I'm just not willing to take that risk. Not me. Oh, hey Travis, how are you?
Good.
Good, good, good to see you. All
Good to
right,
see you.
let's see.
I
Okay.
haven't been able to do much because I think Alicia wants to show me Vax, and I haven't gotten a chance to do that.
Oh, yeah, she told me they've been working you a lot.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too. I finally have a day off. Maybe I might just go.
to go
My
back.
friend don't.
Yeah, you going out a little bit, but yeah, okay. So Royal Caribbean is this is their login site. If you don't have access to Royal Caribbean, make sure you get registered for it. Okay. So when you log in on their page, this is kind of how it looks. So they'll have like, some stuff or whatever, in terms of how you can book. And then their thing is called Espresso. So like I have like one group, let me see. I'll show you an example of how it looks.
Oh wow.
Okay. So like this is like one group. So once you get it made, this is how it'll look. So you can now this one had called in, but you can create groups with so many cabins on your own, similar to with Carnival. But like again, you can call me yourself too. Now with the big difference in Royal Caribbean and Carnival, Royal Caribbean is only going to give you like 30 days to get all your payments in. And it's the same thing where, if it's a cabin you haven't booked, then you have to remove it to make sure that it's not showing like your stuff is right. And with them, they issue the gap points based on how many people's in the cabin. So like with this tour conductor credit, I'm going on this cruise, like me, my daughter, and my husband going with them. But and another thing about them too, like how this is saying, like
Is there any,
you
when
can
you
do a
join
deposit. Go ahead.
when you join a cruise with a client, is that money out of your pocket?
Yeah, and it's more so just like if you want to go. However, like because of the number of people we have going, we do have one tour conductor credit. So while I have to pay for my portion, we actually gonna get a refund for it. So yes and no. But yeah, so like with the how they have this deposit per stateroom, this is similar to when I was saying how on Carnival you can do like the $25, but that's just saying I'm having intention of going on this trip. So like with this family, they didn't want that. They wanted them to have to pay like the $200. So like they deposit was $100 per person. Um so I mean $100 per person. So if it's three in the cabin or four in the cabin, then it's $400 total. Stuff like that. So and then it tell the due date, all that stuff. So I'm gonna exit out of here and now I'm gonna act like I'm going to make a new one. So you see how I'm saying hello, what do you want to do? So I'm starting a group. So you can pick a
Nice.
name for it. And then same thing, like you want to be affinity group, incentive, promotional, student group, whatever. So I'm choosing affinity because it's people that know each other. And I went through a training on something and it was saying like when you have an affinity group, it has a much higher percentage of the group actually converting to a true booking. So if you can get people who already know they want it, and like a lot of time, like if I like say if it's a cruise that I don't go on, usually the person that's the group leader, if it's some kind of like extra freebie or something that they get, like that tour conductor credit, I'll give it to that person. and let them, receive that credit. With them, they also have where you can do deposit or no deposit. I'm gonna just pick deposit, and then Cruising Power has Celebrity Cruises and Royal Caribbean. So both of these, when I was talking to earlier about how like sometimes people will get from like if they go to the casino will give them special discounts. Both of these companies allow you if like when you start the booking process for an individual booking or whatever, or you like birthing a client, by adding their Royal Caribbean rewards number, it'll let you see those options as well. So I'm just gonna say, like, if I know a ship I want, I'm just gonna pick one. So let's say I want to do Utopia of the Seas, and I'm trying to go to the Bahamas. I'm leaving from Orlando, and I want to go in February of next year. So I'm gonna just say we leave the 19th. That's the day after my birthday. So all right, two people per room, and then I'm gonna search. So it's gonna start with me picking the um let's see what's available. So with them, it's gonna show me what's available. And see with cruises, you see how to say avail or CLS. CLS mean ain't none. Available means I can pick some of those. And if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, it says I can pick a minimum of eight. I have to pick at least 8 staterooms, max 50. When you get 50 over 50, you have to call it in because that's what they call a special group. And so like if you're going up to 100 cabins or whatever, you have to call in to request them. Um, but you can do 50 on your own. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick some. And this is a very popular category, 4V interior. So I'm gonna say 10 of those. What else on here? Ocean view. I'll pick like 10 of those. Central Park view balcony and boardwalk view balcony. These are balcony cabins, but they don't like they have like it's not a water view. So it literally look over like the Central Park area or of the ship, or it looks over the boardwalk area of the ship. Um, I'll do 5 and 5 just to give people the option. And then I'll do some ocean view balcony. And I'm gonna say 10. I don't know how many I done picked, but then I'm just gonna say add. So it's saying I've added 40 cabins, and then I'm just gonna proceed to the group details. So allocate stateroom mean I want to put somebody in it. I don't want to do that. I just want to proceed to the group details. And then it's just showing that this is a pending group. So you pick kind of initially, but you can go back and change it like how you want them to eat. So like you might say, okay, well, I want them to have it won't let you pick this one. It make you pick one of these. And then like when you go in and you actually put them in a cabin, it'll let you change it. So I'm gonna just say, I don't know, let's see. I'm just say, I don't know, 50 of them. Well, they ain't gonna eat at 5. They gonna want to eat at 7:30. So I'm just say 50 there. Or you can do 25, 25, whatever. But they'll pick. So I'm just say seat together. And then like if this is just a cruise only, I'm not doing anything with air. So I'll just say review and book. Oh, hold on. To the confirmed dining count. Well, why is it trying to? Oh, I guess it's too many. Let's see. 5 guests need traditional. Oh, because it's 80 guests. My bad. I'm like, what is up? I'll just say half and half. Seat together and then review and book. So then it's going to give you one more little item. So it's still pending right now. So it's telling you like today is April 16th. Option date mean I gotta have this paid by May the 16th. So it's showing like a summary of what you've chosen. So it's saying, this is the total amount due that they would be paying if every one of them cabins booked is $55,000.
Good
The
deal.
commission would be $6,081, and overall, to be 49,000. And then it'll have like just group details. And if I wanted to get the booking number, then I would click finish, and I can cancel it. So, okay, so then it'll give me a group number and show me what it is, all that stuff. So now, let's say if I want to add a reservation to the group, I'm gonna click here. And this is like birthing a guest, similar to um, the others. So, okay, so say I got two adults, or whatever. They live in Georgia. Now it's just like a regular booking. Like if they had that, like a Royal Caribbean number, I would put it here. If they meet any one of these categories, you can click this. If you have any other promo codes for some reason outside of the group that you know of, you can do it. But then I'm just gonna say find categories. It's gonna bring that same screen up like what I was looking at before. So it's showing me all the different rates. So it's saying these are my group rates that I have available for the different room types I've chose. These are other rates. Okay, so say if these people told me they want an ocean view balcony. So I see the ocean view balcony is $765.56 per person. So if I scroll down here, just see if they got any kind of special that might be cheaper. As of right now, they don't have nothing that's cheaper. It's actually pretty high if I'm not in this group. So look at that big discount. 765 to the cheapest one is 912. Well, 896. They saving
This is a
$200, 100 or $200
this,
by being in the group. So
this is an example group of 50 people.
yes, this is a group of 50 cabins, so 80 people. But what you as a travel agent would be doing, like if they know each other, like this is just an example. So if these people know each other and they know they told you this is what I want, then you go in and find it for them. Otherwise, you can save some cabins and you can try to sell them out. You get what I'm saying? Like you can just offer it. But because you have it held like this, if it's one or two people in a cabin, the price won't change. Even if it's changing for everybody else, the price will stay for them. Okay, so you can do like a price quote for the people if you want to just look at the pricing. And so this is telling you that the deposit is $200. This is the total. You can go in there too and add taxes and fees if you wanted to. This shows like what the commission would be for that room was $175. And that's the total amount. But if I want to go in and add gratuities, it ain't gonna let me do it on this page. I have to go through like I'm doing it. I keep going. Let's see. Because groups get special gratuities. Okay, so this is showing you the ship layout. And so like you
Oh
can
wow.
pick the cabin you want. So like if I know I got two sisters both going on this trip. So I'm booking sister number one. She want to be in this cabin with her boyfriend. Sister number two want to be here. Like you can lay them out kind of how you want them to be, but it's telling you all the different decks that they got these on. Like I'll look like when we go, we stand on deck 14. So like somewhere on this side. But like you can look to see like once before I'm like what floor is good for kids or you know what I mean or what's a quiet floor like if you know somebody older or you have to find out what they want. And sometimes you can find it out just by asking them or they might tell you or when they fill in their registration information out, you can put questions like that in there to be able to collect their info. So say I'm just going through, I pick this one. I'm say select and then proceed to guest details. So if I now with going in, I would have to hold this. It'll let me hold it for a little bit. Then I can go back and I can add in trial protection. and I can add in gratuities. Like it'll let me add the travel protection from this screen, but because I'm booking it like this, they'll have standard group rate gratuities for the room. But like if I want to add travel protection, I would click here. I add in their information, and I made me registration forms for like this type cruise for like a registration form for Royal Caribbean. And the questions that I have it asking is like, what time do you want your dining? So like, let me see.
So you have to set up 80 rooms or 50 different rooms.
Yeah, if they book them, and I will happily do it because I know what's waiting on the back end.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so like I have like forms like this for Roy, like I know what they're gonna ask. So like if they sharing with somebody, I have this. So like how it's asking like how do you want where is it? So it's asking about dining. Like what's the dining for this one? So it's got the dining preference options. So the dining options on there, 5 and 7:30. Family time is, you know, it's only wait list. So if they pick that, then they may not get it. Um, and then like it's got about which cabin type they want. So like I make them so like when I did this class reunion for these folks, these are the cabins that I held. So I made a special one for them because depending on what it is, it may not be that for them. It's got a question on there about the bed. They telling me. I like doing stuff where I don't have to have a whole lot of conversation unless I need to. Like with it when I did the family reunion group, like I met with their family reunion board like in person because they from Hartwell too. Um, and I had like you always end up having like one primary contact. So that's usually gonna be the person who reach out to you first. So a lot of times they'll share information through that contact or whatever. But again, that's why I really like groups is because of that. But all you'll be doing is literally just going through as people book. So if you have you a group booking page, promote the trip, and then book the clients. So like the hype got to be around creating a sense of urgency, and then just keep sharing the information. You got to be consistent, and then also to make sure that when you are sharing stuff on your social media, you want to not be like just posting trip prices. You need to also post other things. Like you're a travel agent. Think about what a travel agent would share. Like you could post stuff about that you get questions about a lot. How do I get a passport? Like what do it take to get a passport? Share travel tips. Share if you see fun things about places or hey, a new hotel just opened up, blah 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 in this location. Share not just book me, like share stuff to help people build to you, but you gotta be consistent. Like you need to really make at least one post a day, but a lot of times you need to post multiple times a day. Like when you see my posts and stuff pop up in the morning, I be done made that stuff yesterday. I be at work at 6:45. My posts be popping up starting at 7:30, sometimes 11:30, 3:30. But you can schedule them like to post. Whether a person look at it or not, they see it. And if they see you consistently doing it, they see you providing value, they see that you serious about your business, they'll start coming to you. You won't have to do nothing. They'll start referring you people. Like so just the main thing is like to stay consistent. Even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, just post something about travel. So that and this is how easy it is to cancel. Just click cancel group, confirm. So you but yeah, I mean it's all about just staying consistent. Like because we don't want you to be like you just done create a bill for yourself with paying the monthly fees. If you get to where you need help with anything, like let me know, let Alicia know, or whatever. We do whatever we can to help you. But y'all got any questions about the stuff I covered? Or did it make sense?
It made sense. I don't think I have questions at this time. Maybe I just have to do it.
Yeah, and it just take going in and play around with it. That's the way I learned a lot of this stuff is going in and playing around with it. They also have a lot of different trainings. Like if you go on YouTube, some of the travel agents who've been doing it a real long time with our company, they have YouTube channels. I subscribe to them, and also like with them different trainings and stuff they have. Like I got on one of the trainings earlier this week, and it was very helpful. It was about team building. And so, just kind of take a look at that stuff too. But if y'all have any other questions, just you can reach out
I'm
directly. But I appreciate y'all for getting on. You were gonna say
I'm
something, Travis?
I'm trying to get it more involved with it, but I I I haven't made any posts because I kind of don't know what I'm doing, and like I guess I'm still learning it with
Yeah, and
these. With these.
yeah, and that's fine. And Alicia will help you.
Yeah, you need to get Chat GPT. Trust me, it works miracles.
Yeah, it make it a lot easier. But yeah, if you
I'd
get with
rather
Alicia,
talk to
she'll show you
somebody.
how to, huh?
I'd rather just talk to somebody, and that'd be Alicia.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't. I guess she'll walk. I would hope you would walk me through my first booking, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right,
When
but yeah,
you get done handling what you handling, call me.
All right.
Oh, how
Think-
can I come back and look at the
the recording. I'll
yeah.
drop it in there. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it
Okay,
once
okay.
it download.
Okay.
Does
Okay,
Yeah,
does
and
cool.
it record the
I'll
whole?
try when we have these to record everyone because I know people work and stuff be going on. But it'll at least give us just some good
Will
information.
it pick up from where I
Right.
left off, or the whole thing?
The whole thing is recorded.
Okay.
Yep. All right. But again, thank you